Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Cole, and welcome back to Monster Energy Supercross and the season finale for Season 2 in the 250 Supercross East Championship, as we'll be going battling the rest championship as well, while Hillman is battling for the title. Can he grab it at the Sandboyd Stadium in Las Vegas? There's no doubt we have the longest track of the season here in Las Vegas, and one of the most exciting and toughest races of the year as well, as there's not just the 250 East riders, but the 250 East West riders as well. So it should be a very exciting event here, the season finale. And Hillman is already cartwheeling, as you would expect. He's got 3 laps to get used to this track in qualifying before we get into the nitty-gritty of these races. As he goes around the Monster Alley, goes through very fast. Left-handers here, so just about lands it, landing on the rear. He's going to have to increase the gear and make it long, no doubt, for the races. He just about survives over the fast whoop section. You've got a couple of jumps for a tight hairpin. And you've got a couple of big jumps like this. Can he make it a triple? Not quite. But that's what we love about Vegas. It's fast. You've got high, big jumps. It is just very exciting. For Zach Osborne, this is kind of race that he wants as well. It's not the kind of race that Hillman needs with so many variables. That's a 24.7 despite a couple of mistakes. That's not too bad, especially as the gearing is slightly wrong as well. Being pretty short on the medium setting. You have to make it long. Have to remember to make it long as well. So once again he's down. He's going to have to figure out these section of jumps. Very tricky. There's no doubt he has the pace to be right at the top. He takes that corner in 5th gear, then a massive jump. And lands that beautifully. That's much better. You can see 5th gear, not even reaching 70 miles per hour when you need to be doing that into this section. As he gets it slowed down, that's not too bad. If you can land that and make that into a double, into the hairpin, that's not too bad. And again, trying to make that a triple, not quite working out. Again, it might be like New Jersey with their jumps, which are kind of 2.5 between double and triple. And then into left-hander, that's not too bad until he clipped the block. And come to the end of that, that's a couple of tenths quicker. Once again he fell as well, so lots of speed for Hillman to have. Goes over this section. This is not the section that's causing problems. To this section coming up. So we're just going to try and make all of these doubles. Oh, that's much better. Apart from the final jump. But it keeps his momentum up. Let's go into the left-hander. Gets it down in 4th gear. Much better landing. They're not quite under the lights fully here as well, which we will be in the race. There's maximum attack into this section. Oh, it clips the blocks. What are you doing, Hillman? This will allow to be good. You've messed it up. He's not going to have a good gate then for the heat races. As it goes into this whoop section near the end of the lap. Goes wide, gets it down to 1st gear. And terrible over that whoop section. And then shifting up to 5th before attacking this final couple of jumps. Very attacking. Gets across over 25. Absolutely rubbish. Not a good qualifying from Hillman. Down in 9th, and this has found a 2.4 seconds slower than Osborne. Instead of Joey Smith in 3rd. Then Adam in 4th and Div Fernandez in 5th. Look at that. All of Hillman's title rivals in the top 3. Hopefully that's not an omen for the race. With Dylan Fernandez round at the top 5 and his Yamaha ahead of Mitchell Harrison, Christian Craig, Alex Martin on the KTO, and in the Renzo round out the top 10. As these are all the East guys as the top 20 make it through. And it's like Keith's just missing out on his Honda. Same for Gus King. As we look further down, you've got Charlie Jones, Michael Kurt, Charles Costner, and Chaz down in 39th on his Honda. What a difference a season makes. So look at that. Indinini just making it through in his Honda. Same for Stephen Christensen. So at least Hillman's made it through qualifying. Can he now make it through the heat races? Let's begin with the East heat race. The top 9 make it through to the main event. Out 20 riders as we get underway. You can see Hillman to the outside. Not very good. And he can maybe cut to the inside. Let's go for the whole shot, not quite achieving it. But very good over these jumps. Look at this, going towards the front. Not quite in the lead though, it's Adam in the lead. He's got Christian Craig alongside him. He's got Zach Osborne behind him. And Din Fernandez. A great start for Hillman as that's a massive jump. As he returns elbow to elbow with Craig. As he remembered to turn it up to long gearing. Doesn't seem to have helped though. So he goes attacking this section. He gets it slowed down too much. For the left-hander, that's killed his momentum. That's allowed Fernandez by. You see Craig ahead in second. And he's got Smith behind in 5th. And now here comes Osborne punting his title rival down. Dirty from Zach, the reigning champ. He grabbed that title here last season. Now Hillman's just taking it out. Unfortunately on the Honda. As here comes Cameron McAdoo down the inside. For 8th, not quite. As Hillman holds him off. Going on to the next lap, he gets into the back of someone. And that's Mitchell Harrison. It is. It's Christian Craig in 6th as gets a bit crazy. Now here's Hillman down the inside alongside Christian Craig. He must hate seeing this Honda rider next to him. Sees it so often as well. As he's got Smith in front and Alex Martin. He's got Cameron McAdoo behind. He slides that big rear tyre through the left-hander. Loves that massive jump. Gets it up to 5th as all blocks go flying in front. Remember, the main thing for Hillman is making it through to the main event in the top 9. And no! Hitting those blocks again on the inside. Killed his momentum over these jumps. But he's regained it just in time. As he goes wide though, allows Mitchell Harrison to sneak down the inside. And now he's going to have Cameron McAdoo and Cole Peters all over. What are you doing, Cole Peters, you idiot? He's punted Hillman down. He's now down to 12th. You do not want to be in the last chance qualifiers in Vegas. As we've already seen as well in Indianapolis, being the last chance qualifiers is difficult. And look at Joey, down in 10th. As he goes for the final couple of corners, look at that idiot go flying. Trying to do a Fernandez from last season, but just messes himself up. There's Hillman down in 12th, Joey down in 10th. That's 2 of your title contenders out of it at the moment. Hillman, got to get on your bike for these last couple of laps. This is the penultimate lap of this heat race. Okay, no speed. Come on, what are you doing over those jumps? He gets in 5th gear. That's much better over the massive jump as well. In 4th gear, carrying it through that left hand. He's got Carl Peters right. He's got no top line speed compared to the rest of the riders though. Don't know what it is about Hillman. He's now looking to the inside of Peters. He's just been an eyesore this race for Hillman. Does not want to see that bike or Christian Craig. So he tries to make that a triple, doesn't. And look at all the riders in front. Gets past Cameron McAdoo, gets past Peters round the outside. But he gets him back on the inside. Isn't he? Joe's making it through. Battling with RJ Hampshire, getting no speed off the corner is Hillman. He is struggling in this heat race. Just goes through the last couple of corners. Cameron McAdoo tries to make a cheeky move. Doesn't work, but he's in 9th now. He's in the transfer spot. Ahead of RJ Hampshire. He's got Christian Craig in front, just blocking his way, along with Carl Peters, and Craig takes him out. What an arsehole Christian Craig is again. As Hillman looks like he's going to have to go to the last chance qualifiers. As he's in 11th, in 10th now with Lorenzo. Christian Craig's in that last chance spot, in the transfer spot, as Lorenzo gets it wrong through the left-hander. Hillman having to do some avoiding moves. But he's in 10th. He was. Look at everyone so much quicker. It's like they've got nitros on their Supercross bikes. Maybe have that checked after the race. That is true. That's better. He's finally got that section right. He goes out the hairpin. Needs to be good over these jumps. Get past Craig down the inside. Into the right-hander, too deep. What are you doing, Hillman? There's Osborne through in 2nd. And he's battling with Christian Craig for the final spot. Smith is through as well. Oh, and Craig's gone flying. And Hillman will make it through in 9th. What a tense race. As you've got Hillman through in 9th to the main event. Peters in 8th, Howes in 7th, Joey in 6th, Dylan Fernandez 5th, Alex Martin 4th, Smith in 3rd, Zach Osborne 2nd, and Adam at the top of Lorenzo. Christian Craig after that final corner miss-up in 11th, RJ Hampshire 12th, McAdoo, Travis, Indinini unfortunately got taken out by Hillman, Stephen Christensen, Alvin Reno, Benny, Norman, and Delvin Sorensen, who was so good in New Jersey as they go through to the last chance qualifiers.
Las Vegas, it's a city well known for crowning champions. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen. Live at Sam Boyd Stadium, the racers are trying to pump themselves up, visualizing how the race will unfold. Who will shine in the bright lights of the stadium tonight? Are you ready for the Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship main event? The Nevada Desert will roar to life as we drop the gate. Listen to that crowd. He is definitely the favorite. Let's see if he can capitalize on that energy and get the win. Get ready. The gate is about to drop. Here we go.
As Highside revs it up for the final time this season, waiting for the gates to drop. As we're underway in Vegas, and what are you doing, Hillman? Absolutely pathetic start. Hoping a couple riders get caught out at the start though. Doing that one, he just rode into the tyres. That's always a very good tactic. As he goes through these jumps, he's getting caught up in the mid-pack. 16 in front is Zach Osborne, slowing everyone down. Osborne down to 7. This is what Hillman needs. He loves this as Alex Martin gets it crossed up in front. And then when out jumps Mitchell Oldenburg. He's got right in his tail. Always goes into the back of him. But he's in 5th. He's in the championship spot at the moment. He's got Shane McGrath in front as he goes 3 wide on McElrath, should I say. Got Jordan Smith in 2nd. Oh, he's landed. He's down. Here's Hillman. But he gets it back past Osborne. But now he's got to think of Smith in the lead as he's got Mitchell Harrison all over him. He's got Adam in 5th. Mitchell Oldenburg in 4th. He goes through the final couple of corners. Zach Osborne right on the tail of Hillman. We wanted them to battle all season long. Could it finally happen? In Vegas, Dean Fernandez leads on the Yamaha as he get passed up by his teammate Mitchell Harrison. As he got Mitchell Oldenburg in front. Zach Osborne behind in 8th. But we know he's going to come on strong in the second half of the race. Hillman's got to take advantage of this with Osborne being pushed back at the start. He goes through that left-hander, which is going to become hell as this track gets rutted. He's leaning forward, trying to have a good run going into this section. But aggressive as hell into the left hand and makes the move on Oldenburg. As he goes into the top 5, look at the battle for the lead between the top 3. Jordan Smith, Dylan Fernandez has been pushed down to 3rd. Is it Adam leading now? Or is that Smith? As we've got Hillman in 5th, ahead of the rest riders. Got Mitchell Harrison and Dylan Fernandez carrying on from New York. As someone's down in the final corner. This side is Harrison, it's Adam in 2nd. Jordan Smith in the lead. Dylan Fernandez in 3rd. It's an East 1, 2, 3, 4. And here comes maybe the champion-elect making a move. And his title rival, Smith. 4 seconds. To be behind Adam on his Kawasaki. And it is Hillman up into 2nd. As he go through the left hand, and push ride by Dylan Fernandez. As here goes Hillman for the lead in Vegas, but Adam gets him back as he landed that pretty poorly. Now here comes Dylan Fernandez on his Yamaha. Got Jordan Smith on the KTM behind. We've got 4 different manufacturers battling for the win here in Vegas. 4 different East riders as well. As Hillman holds on to the lead just. Oh, gets pushed though. Pushed onto the blocks. Come on, get back onto the track. By Dylan Fernandez. Grabs back 2nd ahead of Adam. Well, you wouldn't expect Dylan Fernandez to be right up here in the dry. Maybe in the wet, but what a race from the Yamaha rider. So goes through the final couple of corners. Puts a block up for everyone to avoid. And 1.2 seconds behind Fernandez is Hillman as he goes for the lead round the outside. Takes the lead. That's almost halfway through this race. Just about surviving the jumps. He's got Adam in 4th. Smith in 3rd. Oldenburg ran out the top 5. The only West rider right up there. Now he's been pushed up by Mitchell Harrison. It's an East 1, 5. No doubt Zach Osborne is there nipping at the heels of the top 5 as we approach the halfway mark of this race. What a race for Hillman. Now in clean air, maybe he can show some speed and get away from the chasing pack. 1.7 ahead. Dylan Fernandez so far, and kicks up the blocks though. That's going to slow his momentum down going into this jump. As now he goes into the whoop section near the end of this lap. And you've got to think there's around 5 laps left, including this one. After this one, as now this block's in the way. At least he's moved it out of the way for everyone. As Hillman, very thoughtful of his fellow competitors. Let's go for the final quarter, 21-3. That's what he can do in clean air, as he's just ahead of Dylan Fernandez. Got Jeremy Martin right at the back. As they go a bit wide through left-hander, but setting up a good run. No, he's cartwheeling. Hillman, just when you're building the gap, killed his momentum over these jumps as well. Look at Dylan Fernandez getting ahead of him. Look at Smith getting ahead of him. He's got Adam in 4th. Got Mitchell Harrison in 5th. That's a fantastic left-hander though, ahead. Got Smith ahead of Fernandez on the outside, taking the lead. Not quite. As Fernandez takes back the lead on his hammer. Here comes Smith on the KTM, looking to the inside. But Hillman very aggressive into the left-hander, takes back the lead temporarily. And now that's killed his momentum over these jumps. Has to get it back to 2nd to get some momentum back. Look at these blocks. He's put this out. Let's put her. Are you kidding me? Hillman back down to 8th thanks to some idiot ruining the track. After Hillman was so considerate, moving the blocks out in the next section. He's been undone by someone who didn't. As now we've got Osborne in 7th in front, being held up by Martin. as we go into this final section. Look at that, he's lost 10 seconds out of that. Thanks to the blocks being everywhere. Also, the marshal's not very good here in Vegas. They're not even bothering to put all the blocks back. Maybe that's the tactic for the West Riders, as they're not doing particularly well as the race goes on to disrupt the East Riders. Well, it's done for high side, and oh! What's that from Austin Faulkner? Landing on Hillman. Trying to take him out. It's not just the marshals, it's the riders as well. He's got Zach Osborne in front, chasing down Martin. Got Dean Fernandez leading. As long as he's leading and it's not Smith, that's pretty good for the championship. You've got to remember, Smith right up there. That 1.8 second gap in front for Hillman as he tries to stay that wide line. We've got the cut back again. There's some killer momentum into this section, but he's kept it up. He's right in the tail of Zach Osborne. And look at this line. From second backwards. As we've got Zach Osborne right in front. We've got Joey behind in ninth. Again, another championship contender. And whoa! In the final section, someone's getting it all wrong. He sets a 21, does Hillman, but kills his momentum in that final couple of corners. Let's approach the final couple of laps of this season. Jordan Smith in second. Oh, and down goes Martin. Zach Osborne up to 6th. Come on, Hillman, get your momentum going. You've killed the flow over these jumps. You've got Justin Hill in 10th. We're expecting to be right up there. Shocking race for Justin Hill. The side left-hander seems to be getting better as the race goes on. As Hillman up to 7th, ahead of Martin. And this side, each fellow has Farner runners getting by him from the west. Oh, here goes Hillman into this left-hander, very aggressive. Oh, just about holds on. Get back on the track. Manages to do it. But it's taken a wide line into that hairpin, but he's in 7th, right behind Zach Osborne. And look at Adam pulling back as Hillman gets past Osborne for 6th. Keep momentum up out the corner so he can hold it into the final corner maybe. Head of Osborne, no, he holds it round the outside. Hillman with another 21. He's down. Are you kidding? On the penultimate lap of the race. Come on, the worst section as well. Why the marshals let him rejoin like this? He's got no momentum over these jumps. He's down in 8th. As he's 2.1 behind Martin and Zach Osborne. But he's seen consistent 21s before then. He's definitely got the pace around it. As he's got Justin Hill in 9th. Shane in 10th. And he knows those riders in front are just sewing each other up. So come on, Hillman. He's got 2 laps to win a title here. Get a top 5 and guarantee it. And that is not out of reach. Oh, come on, blocks. As they get in the way. Look at these blocks. This is absolutely terrible from the marshals in Las Vegas. Just put then the blocks be the blocks are going everywhere. Come on, Hillman. Avoid them. You're not meant to be hitting them. As he just cost himself the title with that pathetic run through that section. They're at 3.6 behind. He's got to help everyone tripped up in front. Let's look at that. He's cost himself 6 seconds, and now here comes everyone else. As Mitchell Oldenburg is winning ahead of Mitchell Harrison. Smith down in 3rd. Come on, Hillman. Then Aaron Plessinger get by you. Come on, you've got to get the flow back on this final lap, or else you've lost the title in the final race. And you've got no one else to blame but yourself. As you've got Zach Osborne in 7th. Hillman down in 9th. He needs to be towards the top 5 and at least 6th. With where Smith is. As he lands on Plessinger, who pushes him wide into the blocks. Are you kidding?
As there goes Shane pushing him, and so is Justin Hill. Through no fault of his own there. Doesn't just push him into the blocks. As Smith down to 7th. Now, where's Zach Osborne? Has he won the title? Let's get out of here. Shane on this final lap. As he goes wide into the right-hander. Where's Zach Osborne? As now Smith had just fallen apart in this final lap. Got Martin in 3rd. Osborne in 5th. Is that good enough for the title? Has Hillman only a 9th? So in the end, Mitchell Oldenburg wins after 9 intense laps at Las Vegas, with Mitchell Hausen best of the East riders in 2nd. West does beat East just. As we have another West rider in 3rd on Husqvarna, then Dean Fernandez in 4th. Zach Osborne up to 5th in the end, just 3.2 seconds off the race victory. 5 seconds ahead of his title rival Hillman, as he got Smith in 6th ahead of Adam in the end. In Plessinger in 8th, and Shane McGrath in 10th ahead of Joey. Then Justin Hill, Austin Faulkner, Alex Martin, Carl Peters, Chase, Karen McAdoo, Carl Chisholm, then Jimmy DeCottis, then Christian Craig in 20th on his Honda, Philip Nicoletti and Joey Martin in 22nd on his Honda. So they are the championship points earned confirmed. As you can see, it's a normal format, just with the East and West riders mixed together. So Mitchell Hausen, the top earning East rider with 22 points, then backed up by his teammate Fernandez in 4th with 18 points. Osborne gets 16 points, Smith gets 15, Hillman gets 12, Joey gets 10. As looking further down, it goes all the way down to 22nd with Philip Nicoletti. As you can see, the likes of RJ Hampshire, Chaz Braden missing out, as we had a number of riders here in Vegas. Remember, we had 40 from the East, 40 from the rest. So we had 80 riders, had a couple of heat races, and Thomas Wolfe in the end came for nothing from the KTM. As in the championship, it's confirmed Hillman wins by just 3 points ahead of Zach Osborne. 169 against 166. With Smith in 3rd with 158 points. Joey in 4th 148. Adam in 5th 141. Then Mitchell Hausen ahead of his teammate Dean Fernandez in the end. Would have expected to be the reverse way round, but Hausen came on strong this last few races. 133 against 125. Alex Martin on the KTM with 121 points. Christian Craig in 9th on the Honda with 85. And in 10th is Travis on the Kawasaki with 78. 3 points ahead of Carl Peters on the Suzuki. You got Cameron McAdoo, Lorenzo, Benny, RJ Hampshire, Devin Sorensen, Charles Costa, Michael Cook, Alvin Reno. Jan Pod rounds out the top 20. Isn't it further down? As we had 40 riders score. Only Nathan Niverson on the Husqvarna missing out. And there's your championship top 3 confirmed. How close was it in the end?
That was an incredible season, and our champion showed the speed and toughness it takes to win this prestigious title. I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long, everybody.
As that's a nice little celebration there. Perhaps would have been nicer if we didn't have the devil sing in the top, but still you can see Hillman celebrating like a hell. No doubt Vegas perhaps the best place to win a title as well, as no doubt there'll be gambling and liver killing going on tonight. As look at all of those credits earned for the championship. As we're up to level 100, look at how we get a Bronze X portrait. Get some new objects as well. Prestige livery. Quite a few of them as well. Look at all of those. Just continue coming. As we look at the end of season report in the 250Es, we won with 5 victories out of 9 races. We didn't score any points in Indianapolis. Got 9th in Atlanta. Got a podium in New Jersey, and I got 9th again there in the season finale. So the worst we finished if we went through to the main event was 9th a couple of times, and then of course missed one and got a podium in 5 victories. Won over half the races in the season. I think Hillman definitely deserved the title, but where will he be going next time? So apparently it's got fixed in a patch where he can choose 450s and 250 West, where Hillman will be heading next time.
Or will you be going straight to the 450s? We'll find out then. So for watching, I'll see you next time. Let's see if this works, It does! Well done, Miles, on actually fixing your big fuck up. Let's see if we can actually continue career mode then in the 250 West next time out.